Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Travis
Rants.
Snell.
No, not this one?
No, not this one. As you can
Damn
see,
it.
it's been a long time, over a year since we've been on a Dynamic Duo podcast, not counting the Comic-Con special we just recorded. But newscast, superhero news roundup, which is going to be the last one. Go back, a rant, rave, repeat. Me and Kyle talked about that.
I'm Kyle Smith, by the way.
The show's going to be evolving, but we're joined by a special guest, a founding member.
I'm Kyle Smith. No. I'm Liam Grogan, back again.
Yes, and
the one, the only.
Yes, very excited to have you back, especially because the Dynamic Duo, we're changing some stuff up, so this is going to be kind of the last news episode. Can't reveal anything yet. We have some special announcements for you here too, but we figure it's this thing that Kyle's on Geek First now too, so there's a lot of crossover. We don't want him talking about the same thing, so there's a way. But
there's a lot of crossover.
Yeah, and you're on Spider-Man retrospective. You're on a lot. He's been a busy boy since he left. He's growing up.
Loving it.
It's great.
And he's not working, or he is working, but he's not at school right now. So it's like he's all like, oh
yeah.
So he's like, oh, bring on the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, I need to binge some TV shows? Sure, I'll stay up till like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and then just talk about it? Cool. Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, I have some general stuff, but I have just stuff that, there's stuff that even Kyle and I haven't talked about because we haven't done a newscast in a while. But like the bad guys, we round up the news. I'm very excited to have you back, Liam, because we started with this. I wanted to start...
Does that mean like the good guys we round up the news?
No, just like the bad guys we round up the news. So like we're rounding up the bad guys.
Okay. No, I heard that wrong.
Let's start with the best good guy of them all. We're going to start on a very sour, dire note. Want to talk a little bit about Adam West. Adam West passed away, unfortunately.
I'm going to have an unpopular opinion about this.
Oh my god.
Okay, no, I think about people surprised. He was 88. I'm sad that he died, but I'm not surprised. It's not really a tragedy.
It's not, but it's
when
still...
When Heath Ledger dies at 27, you're like, oh my god, like, that's sad. When
I didn't see anyone call it a tragedy, though.
I saw a lot of, like, it's so
shocking.
Who are
you following?
You!
When did I say so shocking?
You may not say it's a tragedy, but, like, this is, like, it's a heavy heart that he goes, he's 88. Like,
it is, though.
I'm surprised, even at this point, like... I don't know why everybody has to act like when a celebrity dies that their whole world is just shaken, and I don't know. I think it's a weird thing that we've started in the last about 5 years. I think 2016 really took it over.
See,
when people start losing their mind when celebrities die.
I would defend him because of he's not just another celebrity as far as like this geek community. If you look at the Mount Rushmore, like the 60s, 70s, like the people of geek culture, you got like William Shatner as Kirk. You got Stan Lee. You got
Christopher Reeve's Superman. Oh, he's more 80s.
I would say 80s. Yeah. I lost one. There was more. Fuck, Travis. I got a good roundup. You could kind of replace him with Spock and Kirk. Oh my god, I fucking lost him. Adam West is on that though. He is, to me, and yes, it's very campy. It's very cheesy, but that's what it was supposed to be like back in the day. And to me, when you think about, for me, Batman, and I think about when I was a kid, and I didn't have what these kids are going to have nowadays. They have fucking 8 to 10 comic movies that we were talking about. When I liked Batman as a kid, it was the Michael Keaton ones, the animated show, and the Adam West version. And that's why, for me, yeah, it's not a tragedy. People pass away, I get that. But I still think it's something to not, like you said, but it's something to reflect upon about how important he was, because without that show being the uber successful hit it was, there's a chance we don't get that Keaton Batman, and then we don't get Batman and Robin. And if we don't get Batman and Robin,
was it really that successful that we had Batman 66 and then nothing for 2 decades?
It was huge. That I don't think without that show you don't get the Keaton movie though. I think because people go
2 decades later though. I don't know if that had more to do with the fact that you had Frank Miller redefining that dark gritty Batman in the 80s. And comics having a resurgence in the 80s.
But really comics had a resurgence. I only feel in the past 5 years there's been a big crossover between people that watch the movies and read the comics. For a while, people that read the comics were really off on their own. Mm-hmm. And you're looked at as like a loser and a nerd. I think without that show...
Speak for yourself.
What? I think without that show, you don't get that movie because they go, oh, based off that popular show. That's why Michael Keaton got cast. Everyone's like, fuck him. Like, they should bring Adam West back. Like, he's the man. He made popular. Like, I think it is an important thing. I know you're being...
He talks as if he was there.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's like, okay, I have 2 older brothers and who grew up in the 80s. They were born in the early 80s. Who, comic books, that's what they did because that was popular. You had the X-Men cartoon at the time. Like, all of a sudden it became profitable again, which is why they made those movies. I'm not saying that Adam West is not important, But like
you started off very, very careless.
it's just it's every time a celebrity dies, regardless of how important they were to whatever thing that people enjoy. It's like, oh my god, it's such a tragedy. Like if people die, it happens.
But it's still sad. You're allowed to sad and be reflecting on it.
It has nothing to do with being sad and being reflecting upon
This is what
everybody
we're doing right
it's
now.
everybody posting on social media and being like, this is a dark day for everybody that this one celebrity died because
It
of
is a
pop
dark thing
culture
because a
things.
part of your childhood passed away. For me, it was. I've seen every single of those episodes. I watched the 66 Batman. When my children are of a certain age, I'm going to show them 66 Batman. Like, he's always going to be a part of, like, my life and, like, other people's life. Like, he is in that class.
I'm not disputing that. I just think it's like when these celebrities are done, particularly the older ones, which is going to happen a lot more considering the baby boomers are getting older and older and older.
Wow, the bringer of death over here.
No,
I can't
that's
say
age.
because I'm very cynical about this stuff.
So you kind of, all right. So are you kind of agreeing with me that it just seems like people are kind of blowing these deaths out of proportion than what they need to be?
Okay,
You don't
so
necessarily have to go as far as
if
my
Adam
own.
West passes away, you expect no one to say anything?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying people are over embellishing. Like
I think you went off on a tangent too much on this.
Okay, so
I think you should have just like Adam West passed away. That's sad to hear.
it is sad to hear, but
You made it sound like no one can say anything because I do think it is a shitty day.
I think that's not what I mean
You
by
just
that.
He is another reason why. No, he's the reason why Batman was my very first word. Without him, it might not been.
It was not your
Liam
first
is
word.
just going on a
It
tangent.
was 100% asked my
Really?
parents. Yeah, it was my first word.
That seems
And he's
ridiculous,
one of the
but I
reasons
wouldn't
why. Like,
argue with that. But
I think I get what you're saying with the celebrity culture, but I still think it's something that like I could bring up here and like talk about how.
No, Liam, you're just going on a tangent.
I am definitely going on a tangent.
You're just using this opportunity to base your opinions of modern day pop culture. Has nothing to do with Adam West dying.
Yeah, I wanted to start
True,
with
passing
Adam
away.
West.
Okay, all right,
The
that's
great
fair.
You
guy-
just wanted to say Adam West, and you were like, okay, you know, when MJ,
Here's what really bothered me though when Adam West
when
died.
Robin Williams died,
No, and it's nothing to do with Adam West. It was people that I know don't watch Batman 66, have never watched the show, and are like, oh my god, like I'm so sad Adam West died. And it's like, and I don't, and I by no means am I saying gatekeeping, like name 3 albums right now, like not that, but it's like, okay, yeah, he was really important to Batman and everything else. Are you really that sad?
Okay,
or are you just
fair
hopping on
enough,
this
yeah,
train
fair
of
enough.
like, oh my god, it's Adam West. Like Adam West is Batman to you. He's Mayor Adam West for me.
Yeah.
Because I had him on Family Guy first,
Yeah.
and he will always be crazy Adam West.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I know him more as. And it's like, oh, am I sad he died? Of course I am.
Mm-hmm.
I love his portrayal of Batman. As weird as it was when he's running around with that bomb.
Some days you
That
can't get rid of a
66
bomb.
But it's like, I'm tired of people like over exaggerating all this. Like of, oh, this is such a sad day. I've never watched his movies. It always reminds me of that quote from Hansel and Zoolander. Like Richard Gere's a hero of mine. I've never really watched any of his movies, but like just that he's doing it, like I really respect that.
Sting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sting's
do I listen to his music?
No.
But I respect
Like
him for
that.
making them.
And like that's something that seems to me, and it's like
Fair enough.
you can be sad, and we can talk about it in a thing like this, but like it's just I don't know.
I remember the other Mount Rushmore person, Mark Hamill.
Okay, Mark Hamill. I knew it was gonna be
Yeah.
somebody from Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's
But
fair.
anyways, wanted to do a show, went to a quick dry to try. But anyways, rest in peace, Adam West. You're one of the reasons I got Batman all over this place. So, anyways, let's talk about another topic. I'm sure Liam's gonna want to rant about. You started this on another podcast already. Warner Brothers, DC, they got a big hit with Wonder Woman. It had the best second weekend since Spider-Man. The original Spider-Man from second weekend drop. So lowest it was like 43%. Spider-Man's drop was 34, something like that.
Okay.
You just look like you're twitching already to be like, man, this movie is...
Okay, so you do this all the time, and I know you also watch football. You know when they come up with ridiculous football stats, like
That is a great stat!
No, just wait. You know it's like, oh, this quarterback has never thrown like 6 throws in minus 20-degree weather on April the 6th on like in a year that's divisible by 2. Do you not feel when they're talking about these box office, like every time one of these movies comes out, it's like, this is the biggest opening on Thursday between 9 and 11 p.m. in history.
That stat is huge, though.
No, I'm not saying that's not huge, but it seems like
this is
What
really
was
why are you
happening
on these
to you,
tangents?
yeah.
Okay, it is
Your
a
opinions have nothing to do with the actual
Yeah, but
context
fact,
of
no,
the facts.
but, like, so
wait,
That is a fact. It had the best second weekend for a comedy.
Yeah,
you know what?
and that's
I really
fantastic.
I hate the weather today. The weather is just horrible.
Don't
I
even
can't
started
stand
on that. No, actually, it was nice today. I'm so used to like rainy Vancouver. Like a nice sunny day was. No, but like,
Oh,
like so this was just
Stop
the
going
weekend
your
itself.
pants.
The second weekend, so the lowest drop.
Mhm.
So remember how BVS dropped like 70% the next weekend? This dropped only 43%, which for blockbusters is unheard. Usually hit like 50 to 60. So this shows people are like returning to go see it and everything.
Okay, see,
like that.
when you started that, I was like, okay, so it's like it's the biggest second weekend between Friday and Saturday.
It's the biggest second weekend on
okay.
June 2nd in 2012. But I was going to ask, one, we can talk about Wonder Woman, but there's a statement of like news going around that Warner Brothers said they're doing this, Aquaman comes out next year, and then Justice League's coming out. And they said that, or the rumor is that they're going to wait till Justice League comes out, they're going to see how it does, what people think about it, and then they're going to move forward. What do you think about Wonder...
It seems like a weird time to stop.
Well, what do you think? What do you think about just their success so far? And what do you think about that approach coming up?
I think that would have been smart after BVS.
Yeah, we talked about that. They should have stopped. Not filming.
It was like they're just like, oh yeah, you like the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Fuck you. Here's DC, Justice League in the first year. So like, it just seems like they're like,
it's not the first year. Man, it still came out 2012. Come on.
Okay, I also don't feel like that. Yeah, 2012, and then
5
when did
years.
BVS come out?
Yeah, but I feel like Man of Steel was like its own thing, and then also we had BVS. Like, oh, okay. Like,
no, but it's set up. There was Wayne Enterprise stuff in Man of Steel. Like they were.
Yeah, but it's a Superman universe.
But
right?
they did say this is going to be the start of it. They did go on record saying this is the start of a new universe. Because Green Lantern.
From the get-go?
Yeah, Green Lantern was supposed to be that as well, and it bombed, and they just quit.
But that's what I mean. So it's like, I just feel like they were like, BVS, all right, we got Wonder Woman, we got Aquaman, we got Justice League, we got everything, and now it's like, we're gonna like give you everything. We're gonna give you the fucking Justice League, and then that's what they're gonna be like. Then we'll see. It just seems weird to me. Do we know when Justice League got delayed too? Is it before or after?
No, it's not delayed yet. It's still November.
It's not delayed.
I think it could get delayed because there's rumors that Joss is like shooting 65 pages new of script, and I'm like, oof. So like, I think it could get delayed, but I'm gonna, as of right now, still November, and then Aquaman's a full year after too. So as of right now, there's not even another 2018 one. So like, for me,
they are filming Aquaman.
Yeah, Aquaman's being close to probably being done.
I'm pumped about Aquaman.
Yeah, for me, I get we can make all the jokes. It is a little too late, but I think it is a good idea for them to see how Justice League does and say, hey, what are we going to do? They have a Cyborg movie announced. That's when they should be like, hey, people aren't really digging Cyborg. Let's not start this movie. You know, Aquaman's fine because
that's fair.
From all the trailers, you can see Aquaman. He looks badass. He looks great. He's going to be fine, I think. But I think, yes, is it a little too late? But I think this is the new era of Jeff Johns. He's taken over. He's our Kevin Feige now, along with John Burke. There's two guys running it now. When before it was just like a bunch of people. So we have two guys trying to be Kevin Feige.
I thought before it was just Snyder.
It was him with like other people, like ahead of like they fired and reshuffled like a lot of executives the past 2 years because that's what happens when movies kind of meh. So
which is weird though because they all made so much money.
Yeah, well
I mean,
they did,
terrible,
but they just didn't make. I think that they wanted like Batman v Superman, not $1 billion movie. So yes, it's late, but I think they were going this direction of, hey, we're making a Cyborg movie, Flash movie. Like they announced all these movies. I think they are being smart of going, hey, we're gonna take a step back. And these new people are like, you guys rushed too quick. We're going to take a step back. Let's see how Justice League does. Because there's a chance if Justice League sucks. I've said this before. I don't think Ben Affleck stays around as Batman. If that movie does bad, like critically again, I think he's like, hey, I'm done. Like, you guys can cast Armie Hammer. I'll be something else. Like,
I like Armie Hammer.
I think it's a good idea to put the brakes on. People are like, oh, are they going to put another film on 2018? Just let it be Aquaman. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's already 8 other comic book movies, and I think we can talk about fatigue, but as of right now, Wonder Woman proves that's not happening as of right now. In this year, this day and age, it's not happening. So until you feel that fatigue, Aquaman can come out and be fine, and the other movies can come out later. Like, I still think they're going to be fine.
There's no rush. There really isn't.
Yeah, so I like that. Kyle, what are you thinking? Because you haven't said too much on this. And what do you think about, because you can say this also because you don't really like Wonder Woman. Yeah. Why do you guys think it's being, like, so successful as far as repeat viewings and whatnot?
I think it's being...
He's moody. He's moody. He's been gone for the casting years.
Mine would be that it has no competition in the box office.
Okay, fair enough.
You know that I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
I think that's part of it.
I still think it would have had that great opening weekend. Mm-hmm. I think if The Mummy would have been good, I think it would have dropped a lot lower.
But I think the same thing you could say though for Squad had no competition. It still had that 60 drop, right? Like
but Squad sucked.
True, but
Wonder Woman is like, I don't think it's a great movie, but everybody loves it.
Yeah.
So like I wanted to do well, and I'm happy. Like Squad was an atrocious film,
Mm.
and like nobody was like, oh, I want to go back to the theater to see that. But like little girls absolutely love Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
So like
That's true.
you'll see every movie twice. That's not really like a seal of approval.
Well, I saw Wonder Woman 3 times, so there you go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So well, shit, you're like half the box office. This
Half the
time.
my
Just
30
keep bringing new friends. Every time.
Come on, let's see
But yeah,
Wonder Woman.
I honestly, I feel like it's just because there's no competition. I think if it would have opened the same way as Guardians, I think that would have been interesting to see.
Well, that would have been dumb.
No, like it would have been, but
Yeah.
I think
I
if
feel
it
like
would
they
have had competition like that,
strategically, you know, have these movies come out at a certain time where they don't conflict with another like.
actually, isn't Warner Brothers own the Mummy as well?
No.
No, who does
Universal.
Oh, Universal. Okay.
that they don't conflict with another like comic book movie style, just for the fact of the ratings and kind of that, I guess that superhero fatigue that we've mentioned every once in a while here on the show.
I would argue that it's just me mentioning it.
Kyle does
I
sometimes.
sometimes do.
Lately, he hasn't because he's liked all the comic movies, so that's.
They've been pretty good lately.
I think that's
But
all
you
they
know,
gotta do. They just gotta make them at least
if they
good.
keep making them good, that's
Yeah.
fine. But like,
Yeah.
do you not look at like next year and you're like, ugh. Like to me, it's just like a sense of dread. It's
But
like
I
feel
don't
like,
because 9 movies. There's thousands of movies that come out in a year, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, there's 9 comic book movies."
But it's
9
because-
out of
but
1,000.
it's because they're tentpole films, and it's like.
For a reason, they make money.
No, but I mean, like, it's like every weekend, it's like, it's the new super, and it's like, it's not like, oh yeah, we got new movies coming out. It's like, this is the big thing. If you don't see it, you're
But
missing what everybody's talking
But I
about.
feel like because there's no other like good movies that are out there coming out on.
Yeah.
Look at the Mummy. It comes out, it bombs. Like other ones that comes out, like
Hey.
not even like financially. It's just like people are like, it's not that good. And I hate to be that guy again, but like, look at the 4 movies we got this year: Lego Batman, Logan, Guardians, Wonder Woman. Other than being comic book movies, they're not alike at all. Those are 4 very different movies.
And I feel like going out to movies has now changed. Like, there's no movies that I want to go to theater and see.
other than Fast and
Oh well, yeah, but that's like again another big franchise movie.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
like
it's so expensive to go.
yeah.
yeah, also true, but like I feel like there's kind of ways around. No, it's not really
Cheap
ways around.
Tuesday and
Cheap
whatnot.
Tuesday.
That's how I go see most of the movies, actually.
There's like here in Kelowna, the West Kelowna, there's a small theater and they play like, movies that are from later back, or there's the drive-in
yeah.
as well too. So like there's other ways like you can go see these new films, but again, to go back to it, there's no like just regular films that I would love just to see on in theaters.
Yeah, you feel like you watch them at home.
Yeah, I feel like Netflix has taken a lot of that portion for
Yeah.
that for me.
Where I still feel like Wonder Woman, you want to see on the big screen. Like you want to see
Yeah,
that
no, it
spectacle.
is.
Where like I love like I don't know Moonlight, but I don't need to see like I saw in theaters, but I didn't need to. It's just because I couldn't get it anywhere else. But it's like those are the movies now. I do agree that you want. It takes a lot for you to go because they are expensive now. It is like
And it's a kind of a pain in the ass to go.
And like watching those like
Here's not as bad, but like it's more geographically where I live in Vancouver. It's 2 buses to go to the nearest theater.
yeah, it's not for us.
Regardless of where I go, or I have to drive, then I gotta pay like fucking like $10 for parking because it's in Vancouver.
And then here's another thing, like you want to go to the theater and kind of have like an amazing wow factor from it. When you go to watch like something that's very like well filmed or well written, watching on a big screen, it doesn't really make it that much better compared to like these big franchise movies that we are watching, and you can watch it at home on your small little 13-inch laptop and you're like, oh, that was cool, but like imagine watching that on like the big IMAX screen or something like that. It just has that different effect, right? Because you're getting those senses that you don't usually get from like a proper like cinematography film. So
No, I think you're right. The only other movies besides comic book movies that I've seen in theaters this year have been horror films.
Yeah, I'd say for me, sometimes like animated movies too can do that. Where like, oh, I want to see that big screen, it's nice and things like. I would see.
I'd go for like a date. That's it.
Yeah. And then Kai, what do you think about them taking a little breather after Justice League and kind of seeing?
I think it's a good way to they need to just stop and like rethink and kind of go forward from there before they're, because we already talked about this before, where they kind of just need to stop and like, okay, what's our plan? And I feel like having these new directors coming in, that's kind of what's happened for sure, and they can actually start setting up a proper like.
We're gonna make 5 Wonder Womans now.
I don't feel like DC set up their universe with like an end goal in mind.
No.
Like it always felt like Marvel from the get go was like Infinity War. If we don't get to it, they're teasers.
We
Haha,
tried,
fuck
yeah.
you guys. Whereas like DC was like main movie where like we're getting Dark Side.
Yeah.
I want to say C because the way it's spelled.
I know.
But Steppenwolf, I guess, is going to be the villain.
Well, now it seems like Darkseid's not the villain of Justice League, so it does feel like
they've been like, oh hey guys, we gotta like kind of take a step back. And
I feel like these people are like you go in the car with somebody and they give you the wrong directions, and then your friends in the back like looked at the map like, no, you're going the wrong way. Like you gotta go this way, and that's what I hope's happening.
I feel like they're like to call a friend. And, can you actually just pick me up? Get in, Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Now I'll ask you about this. I haven't even talked about this on cast either. We've talked about it already, but you guys can let the viewers know. How are you guys feeling about this whole Joss Whedon Justice League thing, and what are your predictions overall? Once again, obviously, thoughts with Zack Snyder's family. Awful situation.
Yeah.
We don't like a lot of his films, but like at the end of the day, it's just movies. Those don't matter. Like in that, I'm happy he's taking care of his family. So all best wishes to him and his family.
Yeah, I actually gotta give him props for that and being like
he tried to come back and work and
but to take that step back, I think like as a very adult approach to it and been like, because I think it would have been awful if like, let's say you would have made the movie, let's just say it sucked.
Yeah.
And then people would like kind of like start picking on that point of the story, like, oh maybe it sucked because of this, and like then he has to like read about that coming back into it. And
yeah.
I think he made the right choice.
And they did ask him too. They said, well, we'll delay it for you if you want to wait to come back. And he said, no, continue with it. So like at that point too, he didn't like hold the ship down or anything like that. So good on that point.
On him.
Yeah, I hopefully like I'd like to see another movie of his down the line, but just do. Like, I didn't say comic movie. I want to see him do. I want to see him do something original. I really do. I want him to do a good movie about good story and see if he can pull it off. But now we have the situation where Joss Whedon has come in, and it's very controversial because you have people that love Joss Whedon, like, yeah, you have people that love BVS and love Man of Steel, and they're like, hey, we don't want this, like, we don't want Joss Whedon's flavor, like, we don't like that. There's already been controversy with him bringing in Danny Elfman and replacing Junkie, because they didn't say, actually, I'm not sure if you know about this guy, but, like, so the original composer for BVS was going to come back for Justice League, Junkie XL, and then he put out a statement, not even saying the scheduling comes, saying like, oh, you know, I was replaced and Danny Elfman's coming in, and he worked on Ultron with Joss Whedon and everything like that.
And
so
Deadpool as well.
I thought no, Danny Elfman.
Oh, Danny Elfman.
Yeah. So people are like, oh, already, and to me, they're like, oh, Joss is going to come in and like just finish Zach's work. I don't know if that's the case anymore. For him to like replace a composer.
I would also say that every single Marvel soundtrack has been incredibly mediocre, with the exception of Guardians. But like, if you think about it, like, and it's been designed this way to not be like.
I think
like Wonder Woman's theme. I know you guys don't like it. Or sorry, no, I know you guys. You guys like it. I don't really like it. But I loved it in Wonder Woman when they did it with the strings.
Yeah, they did like wide version. They did variations.
Yeah, and I was like, and it played, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I don't like the electric guitar.
Yeah. The only Marvel movie I think had a good score was, we talked about this earlier, but that was the first Avengers, because they actually gave them like a theme and everything like that, and then they went away from that. It was but I think even though Doctor Strange was alright, the score was different and like tingy, so I think they're gonna try to
I hope
fix that.
Because I think Danny Elfman's not a bad conductor. He's not somebody that I'd be like, oh yes, like I mean Howard. Oh, sorry. I know. Howard Shore is always my boy. Same with John Williams. Like their scores are always so unique and so different and so fun. And Danny Elfman has done that in the past.
Spider-Man,
but Marvel hasn't really been doing it. And like with Joss Whedon taking over, I almost wonder if they are going to kind of take into that quippy.
Some people are worried in this.
Yeah.
Do you think people are? Like, you think they're validated and worrying about that? Some people, like, let's say, I know you don't like BVS, but people that like BVS, you could see how they might be worried. Like, hey, I like those.
If you like BVS and like you don't like the Marvel movies, then, like,
you're kind of like, oof.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, like, how often does a director taking over from another director halfway through filming? When has that ever worked out?
There's two rumors of one. Rogue One was maybe one of them,
which I was not a fan of,
and the other one, which you guys are a big fan of, was V for Vendetta. The rumor was, the guys. So the girls that did The Matrix, they were just writers of V for.
What?
They got a sex change. They're both girls now.
Well, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a real thing. I'm not even joking. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
No, when you said the girls, I was like, why are you being a dick?
Yeah. No. They're Wachowski sisters now.
Okay.
So they wrote V for Vendetta, and they had a director. I think it was James McTeague, and something happened, and he still gets full credit. But the rumor was they took over and finished V. So.
I'm sorry. That's just hit me like a bomb. I had no idea.
I'm surprised.
So, yeah.
I'm a big fan of her, so that's why I knew. Like, I love Cloud Atlas, so. I'm like,
man,
I'm one of the only defenders in the world.
I tried to watch Jupiter's Ending because I thought, you know what, I mentioned this would be a fun movie to laugh at.
It's not.
It was not.
It's really boring.
It was. I got 15 minutes in and I was like, no, I feel my brain cells dying.
So there's cases where it's worked and there's cases where it hasn't worked. So what do you think? What is your prediction for in November? How's this gonna plan out? I'll go to you too in a second.
I think you're gonna be able to clearly tell what Joss Whedon filmed and what Snyder filmed, and I think
that could happen
to the detriment unless Joss Whedon takes I don't know, let's say they had like a great script and like, hey, I love your end, I love your beginning. We just need to add some things in to make the story actually make sense, which seems to be Zack Snyder's weak point.
He is a great shooter. And
he is probably one of the best cinematographers in Hollywood. But
storytelling.
He can't tell a story to save his life, or some of his characters' lives. So I don't know. I'm not gonna know until I see the credits roll.
To me, this makes Justice League even more intriguing. Out of all, I can't wait to see Thor. I can't wait to see Spider-Man. But if I had to pick one to see right now, I'd pick Justice League just to see. Because the curiosity, it's the same as BVS, just to see what is this film now. Because already I was curious with Zack Snyder, but now with this, my hope is, before I throw it to you, my hope is that with BVS, there's always stuff like that doesn't make sense, that doesn't make sense. My hope is, I'll predict Justice League will be good, and I think Joss is going to come in and look at it and be like, okay, this is an alright foundation, but I can make it better by let's add this scene, and make all better. And I think he's a better editor than Zach, and I think he can tell a better story than him. I think because you brought this up to me, because the news broke when we saw Wonder Woman early, and I hadn't thought about that. Like, it could be a convoluted mess. It could just be two styles clashing, because, they're great in their own ways, but Joss and Zach are very different type of styles directed. Like, you can tell. Yeah. So, I think there's a big risk. If I had to predict, I would lean more to I think it's going to be good. But at the same time, maybe those people that love Man of Steel BVS are not going to think that. Maybe they're going to feel a little betrayed now because they don't like that type of style. So, I'm wondering if it's going to be the reverse where, like, oh, we could be happy, but then you have a whole nother 50% of fans like, no, like, I hate this is bad. I do like the fact, though, in like a fun, real-world way, that the very first Justice League movie has been completed by Zack Snyder, who was charging the DCU, and then Joss Whedon, who did the first Avengers. So for me, when people like make DC versus Marvel this big like action war, to me that really shows there's nothing, because you have these two guys that are Marvel and DC completing the first Justice League. So I like that. I think that's a fun little thing that shows that they came together. They're gonna make this movie. Will be good. I hope so. I think in the reshoots too, you're gonna see a lot more of Wonder Woman because she's so popular now. I think she might even be more of a main character than Ben Affleck as Batman, especially if they're like, hey, Ben might leave. Like, you put all your cash on her because she's not going anywhere. Everyone loves her. So if Ben's gonna maybe leave, put it on her. So what do you think about this whole thing? Joss coming in.
I think, I'll kind of take a bit from both of you. Because I like Switzerland. I like to play Switzerland. I can see how a lot of people might not. They like the how BVS was filmed, the style of that. But I do agree with you. I think Joss Whedon will come in and kind of give that new look. I mean, just reorganize the storytelling of it. But I think you'll still recognize like how DC kind of wants their films and how like because you can't have. This is just another, like, Marvel-style film.
That bug is not leaving me alone.
No, it's not.
You killed Woody.
Yeah.
That it's not just another Marvel-style film, kind of just, a little bit darker. I think, I feel like DC can still have this, tone that they kind of...
grittier tone, yeah.
What they're going on with, just to, make it a little bit different. But, just be a better storyteller. What is going to be, I think, more interesting is after Justice League, where they go from this, where they kind of don't have that, already foundation, and now they kind of have to, start from ground zero. So
I think the rest of DC films are going to be very, and I'm sorry, Liam, I think in tone very similar to Wonder Woman. I think because that was a hit, they're going to go that tone of, I hope that I like Wonder Woman's humor because it's not quippy. Like, they go for a different type of humor.
The tone in Wonder Woman.
Yeah, so I think they're going to go that more direction. I think and I still want them to do dark movies. This is what I hope. My biggest concern is still, like, Ben Affleck in Justice League. I worry they're going to make him, like, really fun, and, like, he's a cool Batman. And, like, Batman should still be a fucking, like, asshole. Like, he should still be dark and gritty and whatnot.
And that's why I think where Joss Whedon might come in and, take, he's already known these characters
I just pictured Ben Affleck with the Tony Stark goatee, and I was like, no, you got to do it, Ben. I'm sorry, you got to do it. No, but that's like, no, people love that stuff.
The Batman suit's now red and yellow.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on,
Yeah.
Joss?
No, you gotta do it. Trust me.
I made the Avengers, okay?
Trust me.
I mean, Firefly. We
Yeah.
had 14 seasons out of order, and it is a cult hit.
My film is the third biggest opening of all time. You're gonna listen to me, goddammit. You made BBS. And then Ben Affleck just kicks his ass on set.
No, I assume Joss Whedon has like a power around him. Disney will not let him be harmed.
Exactly.
But I feel like he has a good understanding of what comic books are and what the characters, mean and how to tell their story. So I feel
and he's
like
doing Batgirl too, and I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about Batgirl. So that's still happening, or
I think so. My wonder is, do you think that he was working on Batgirl, the Zack Snyder situation happened, and they said, hey, we need your help, you should come here? Or do you think he came in, they brought him in like, hey, we need help here, and he's like, yeah, I'll help you out, but I kind of want to do this Batgirl movie. We'll never know, but that always, because the timing of it with the announcement of Batgirl and then the Zack Snyder thing happening, they're very close together. So I wonder, like, it's a chicken and egg scenario, right? Of like, wonder what happened first. And they still say Batgirl's happening. So I think if Justice League comes out, it's a hit. I think Batgirl might be one of the very first ones we get. Because Joss will be on a roll, and I think Gotham City Sirens, Hollywood. Look what happened after Deadpool. We're going to make Rated R Logan, which worked out. But Rated R Hellboy's coming out. Like, there's another Rated R thing. Like, I think now people are going to look at Wonder Woman and be like, hey, you guys got female characters, let's pump them out and let's go. So I think
Girl.
I'm down. But I think Batgirl is sooner than... There's a chance we get Batgirl before Batman. I honestly think...
I'd be alright with that.
Yeah.
I almost wonder... I am... Part of that... My cynicalness almost thinks you're giving Hollywood too much credit. I bet you, like, there's some higher-ups at Warner Brothers that was like, hey, Justice League's like that Avengers. Hey, can we get that Joss Whedon guy? He did really well. And that's what I feel mostly it is.
Yeah, it could be. That's what I mean. That second scenario of like, hey, we need trouble. Oh, let's get the guy who did Avengers. It could 100% be. But that's why I'd like to know. Because if he's working on Batgirl, that would make sense. It's like, hey, we already got this really talented dude. He made a team-up movie. Let's go talk to him and see what he thinks we should do. Mm-hmm. And I think it's still, even if you're not a fan of his style, I still think it's a good thing because Ultron, we've had talks about already, but it's like, maybe not the greatest one, but he still made Avengers, which Liam apparently is not as high on as before.
It's still a great movie. Yeah. Just in rewatching it, I was like, oh, okay, I don't enjoy it as much.
But he still, at least one time, knocked it out of the park when the very first Avengers, we were like, this is going to be a bombshell. Mm-hmm. Like, this is not a good bombshell. Like, and Justice League has that going on right now, too, where people think, oh, it could bomb. So, I'm very interested to see.
To be honest, I would have given it to Patty Jenkins.
I don't think, once again, Hollywood's not smart enough. I think there's a chance she does number 2 because they didn't know how big Wonder Woman was going to be, right? I think they're idiots. I'm not sure if you heard about this. They didn't sign her to a multi-picture deal. Yeah. So usually what you'll do is like with the guys that are directing Winter Soldier, Civil War, and Infinity War, the Russo brothers like, hey, we'll sign you for this, and you got 2 more. And what will happen is they'll either direct the 2 more, or they'll pay them out and say, hey, we don't want you anymore. Here's your money. You can go away. So what they did with her, and this to me shows they did not have faith in her, they signed her for Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's done. Comes out, huge hit. They didn't sign her for anything more. So if they want her back, which they have to, because if they announce Wonder Woman 2 without the same director, people are going to fucking flip. She's going to get...
People care.
I think so now, because...
Like the average person?
I don't think the average person will care, but they'll care when they go see the movie and realize it's not the same movie that they saw before.
Yeah, if it's lower in quality, you'll have people like us, when it's like your mom would be like, oh, I didn't like that one as much. You'd be like, oh, because they didn't bring back that director. Yeah. And then I think also because she's a female in this industry, that name is going to be huge because it's like the biggest female openings. That I think she's going to be your next Catherine Bigelow and be like a huge female director's name. But they fucked themselves by not signing her to 2 pictures because now
she like bump up.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, if they don't,
good for her.
You know, there's a chance if they're like, oh, I don't know, 100%. You know, Kevin Feige and Marvel are gonna be like, hey, would you like to direct a Marvel movie? Or even then, would you like to come direct a Star Wars movie? Because Kathleen Kennedy keeps talking about like, we're gonna eventually do a Star Wars movie where there's a female director.
And apparently, I've heard some rumors they might get rid of the guy that's doing episode 9.
I know there's rumors
because
about
that Book of Henry is supposed to be one of the worst films ever made.
I don't think I'm not gonna say I've seen it, so I don't know.
All the reviews that I've seen, they're like it's with the Room, like level bad.
I wasn't a fan of his choice because he did Jurassic World. I thought it was all right, but like he's only done a few films. I wasn't a fan of the choice, but I think he will stay. But that's the thing where I don't know why you wouldn't have signed her. Even then, if she sucked, then you pay her off and she goes away. Like, she can either get all this money from DC or easily imagine if, like, at D23, Kathleen Kennedy, Marvel came out and said, like, oh yeah, she's doing, you know, Star Wars, whatever, something like episode or something like that, and people would flip because, you know, you're in the minority. Yeah. Everyone's loving Wonder Woman. If they,
I don't think the fault of that movie is her though.
Yeah.
To me, the issues that I have with it screams of studio interference.
Oh, okay.
Like it's like because to me, like the issue that I have is that it was a really inoffensive movie. Like it was so, I thought it was lame and.
You thought it was safe.
And yeah, and I feel like that was because the studio was like, we need a hit. Stop with the Suicide Squad out here bullshit. Stop with this jar of piss weirdly in a court scene, which I still talk to people about that. That's been my favorite cast that we did that. We talked for like half an hour about that. But like they're like, we need a hit. Play the safe. Do it. And
it worked for them.
It clearly
from a business standpoint.
Yeah,
right?
and I think that she. Because there was parts in it that I was like, oh, that's cool. Like everything in Famous... I can't say it.
Themyscira.
I just want to Themyscira for some reason. It was cool. I enjoyed that stuff.
Disturbing.
And she got a great performance of Gal Gadot, which nobody thought she was capable of.
Yeah.
So I think she is in the future.
I think she is now... This is one of those movies, because we talk about Gal Gadot, too, about being a big star. I think this is a movie that Gal Gadot, for the rest of her career, even when she has bad movies, can rely on this movie, because this makes her, like, an uber star, like a Christopher Reeves in my opinion, because it's the first big female like superhero, and Patty Jenkins gets to be the director of that. So I think Patty Jenkins is a made woman. Like I think she's gonna direct a lot of stuff, and I hope for DC she goes back. Hey girl, go get your money. You hike up that price and you get whatever they want. If they want Justice League, you give her Justice League. Like with this, you have your first like. Not only is it a fresh, well-reviewed movie, it's like it's behind Logan. It's like the fourth best superhero movie reviewed all time. You do not say like, no, we're not going to give her what she needs. Like, you make sure she gets everything she wants. So I just can't believe they didn't sign...
But, like, did they not sign Zack Snyder on?
Oh, he signed him a bunch, but I think that's a man versus woman thing. I honestly do. I think it's like, oh, well, we just want a woman to direct Wonder Woman. I don't
know if it's necessarily in that. If that turned out to be the case, I'd believe it. I just think it could be because Hollywood is notoriously like, she hasn't got to direct a film in 14 years. She did Monster, and she has been a record that she couldn't get work from anywhere else. Yeah. And that is not because she directed a movie that won Academy Awards. That is not that is completely a man versus woman thing. You cannot say it's not, because you cannot... If I directed a movie and got Academy Awards, the next I'd have all these offers. But if you're a woman in the industry, it's like, oh, it was probably a fluke or luck, And for years they said, no action females. There's notorious, history on that. What I think it's more is that they were like, hey, Marvel's making a shit ton of money. We need to sign a guy. And Zack Snyder just happened to be the first guy that walked in the door. Almost
he did Watchmen, he did 300, we like him.
And he's got a great action flick. Let's get him.
Yeah.
Let's sign him on.
And I can't say they were wrong, though, especially for Superman. I think you look at him like, oh, he could make a good Superman movie. It didn't pan out, but I think after 300 and Watchmen,
it was a fair chance. Like, hey, let's get him on. Let's build this universe around him. Like, maybe Marvel should have done with Joss Whedon, let's say, hypothetically.
Yeah.
And then maybe they saw, they're like, hey, these two movies sucked. And maybe they watched like an early cut and are like, people are not going to like this, or for whatever reason, because I don't know how many times studios are like, that movie sucks, and then everybody loves it, and vice versa.
Mad Max.
Yeah, so it's like, and I wonder if they said, nope, this is going to bomb, people aren't going to like this shit, don't sign her, see how it does, and then we'll go from there. Like, they were just totally playing it safe in their own stupidity, and I guess short-sightedness, but at the same time, like, what if that movie bombed?
Yeah, then it would have been smart of them not to sign her. But I still think you should play it safe, because, like, in so many franchises, they always do that. So it's weird that they didn't, but...
You think that they were just more, I guess, playing it safe, but they just didn't want to... They're experimenting way too much, because we already heard a lot about what was going on in the DC world of, like, all the new movies.
I think we've heard too much.
We've heard way too many rumors, and, like, and it felt like for them, it's like, there's a lot of shit happening, maybe let's just do this for now, which is, like, playing safe, but I'm just, like, the other side of...
Yeah, who knows what Marvel's going to do well.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't know if this is my own liberal standpoint, it just seems like a no-brainer. Like, they're like, we don't know if it's going to do well. It's like, I don't think people care. People want to see a great...
Because there's this, if you look at the statistics at, action female-led or just action female-led movies, they don't do well. So I think
always suck, though.
I know. That's why. And I feel like people are like... The same thing as, when Wonder Woman's doing so good in these repeat viewings, it's like, oh, maybe it has something to do with it has such a good Rotten Tomatoes score. You know, and like other DC movies didn't. It's like, oh, why was there such a drop off? I don't know, because no one's talking about it.
Well, and if they are, it's nothing positive.
Yeah.
Like,
For this, at least, like you have the scores, you have people saying, oh, we got to see this, and I think the timing's right, especially in America right now. I think the timing's I think it's kind of a perfect storm. So
yeah, no, without a doubt. And I know people are like, oh, what about Ghostbusters? Like, oh, people said it like sucked because of women. It's like, yeah, also because it's a shitty movie. Like, but when people make bad movies, they go, oh, because it was something else. Yeah, maybe that had to do with it. Maybe it's the fact that you guys keep putting out shitty movies that nobody wants to see.
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw Wonder Woman? It was like a cartoon or a TV show from the 70s. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, of course. And it's like, oh, Ghost in the Shell didn't do well. Yeah, because you didn't respect the source material and you did dumb things with the character.
I haven't seen it, but I hear it's not good.
No, I've not heard a single positive thing about it.
No. Well, speaking of something that I've heard a lot of positive things about, Black Panther, first trailer. Is that where you thought I was going or no?
No, not at all.
Okay. Black Panther, first trailer. Liam Grogan, what did you think about this trailer? Coming out February 2018, so we're not that far away.
That was meh. I thought it was cool.
Really?
That was cool. I don't know. Like, I love Black Panther. Like, I've read a couple of his comic books. Not really extensively,
not deep
though.
In the lore,
yeah, and like, I was like, oh, looks cool. I hope it's something different. That's what DC needs. From
Marvel.
Marvel. Like, in Civil War, he seemed really serious.
I like that.
Which is cool. I hope that doesn't come off as boring in this movie if everybody else is cool. But I like the way that they set up Wakanda. I think it's... I'm optimistic about it, but like I didn't see it and go like, ooh, that's fucking cool. Like I just saw it and I was like, that could be cool. We'll see.
Cosman.
Yeah, jump with. I don't know. I'm siding with Liam today for some reason.
Wow, bastards.
Cynicism.
No, I think it was a sweet trailer. I really like the end score of the trailer with the.
Oh, Run the Jewels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little high that was going.
Well, I love that when they showed Black Panther, the way they have their logo is sick. When it's just like the lines, like they kind of all form, just like it's just lines, but then they form Black Panther. But the chimes were going with it. Yeah.
I love his theme. That has to be the one unique theme in the entire.
It's like a little jungle.
Yeah.
I think the trailer was pretty sweet, and the action looks pretty cool of kind of what they showed as well too. So I think it could be really interesting. It looks like it's going to be different from the Marvel movies they've done before, and kind of more of that, I guess Civil War-ish, where it's a little bit more a different tone than kind of this upbeat thing.
I don't get a quippy tone. I don't get a fun quippy tone from this.
I guess
the villain doesn't have an arm.
I'm thinking about like the end bit of
like with Cap's arm.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Yeah, you're thinking more that way.
Yeah, not a quippy, kind of just more of like a little bit more serious, but still like more of a good film than anything else. Yeah.
Well, I'll say two things. One, I think the trailer to me is like very different than Marvel, and to me that's panned out 2 times. One good, one not bad, but like Doctor Strange to me, I was like, oh, this looks so different, and it was a little bit, but not what I wanted. Yeah. It did at the end feel the same. Where Guardians was the exact opposite. This feels different. I saw it and it feels like it's the Marvel universe, but feels completely different. So that's why I feel the same way. This trailer feels different. But it could go either way. It could take the Doctor Strange where, it looked different, but it really wasn't. Or it could be Guardians. I am hoping more serious. My prediction is, I think I'm more excited for Infinity War. I'm very intrigued by Aquaman. I think from start to finish, this is going to be the best comic movie of that year. Next year.
Infinity War?
No, Black Panther.
Really?
Oh, okay, Black Panther.
I honestly do, because Infinity War could get... If I could see one thing right now, even over Episode 9, I'd see Infinity War, because I want to see how they pull that off. That with like a cast of 76 people, all these characters coming together, Thanos finally, it's gonna be great. That movie could be a mess.
It's gonna be so cathartic, like just seeing everybody on screen, like, oh, finally, I can see why do I give a shit about Thanos.
And I think they can pull it off, because I had those doubts of Civil War and they pulled it off. So it could, but still I have those doubts. Aquaman is DC and there's other movies. X-Men movies could go either way. Sometimes they're amazing.
X-Men movies are all over the fucking place.
But that's a good batting average, you know.
Isn't that? It's like, we're either hitting Logan or X-Men Origins.
But, that's pretty good, though, Like, I would still take that over, like, a string of just, like, the DCE first movies, It's like,
that's fair.
At least we got Logan and Deadpool out of this.
But we've had, like, what, 10 X-Men movies at this point?
But there really has been more good than bad on the whole on X-Men. If you think about it, there's Origins, X3, and Apocalypse. The rest you got the, So... Anyways, I think you got Ryan Coogler, who did Fruitvale Station, which is great. Who did Creed. Creed is phenomenal, and I'm not even a big Rocky guy. Like, I love Creed. This, to me, looks like it's going to be Marvel's, like, Batman Begins or, like, Dark Knight, to me. Not to that level, but the similar tone, even just seeing things like that scene starting with Claw in the prison, and he's just monologuing, talking about, like, how dangerous Wakanda is, but I survived and everything.
I also forgot Martin Freeman was in the Marvel Universe until that scene. I was like, what the fuck's Bilbo doing?
Well, and that's my second point. The cast is fucking hugely stacked. Yeah. I cannot wait to see Michael B. Jordan be this like kick-ass villain.
I'm so excited that they gave him a second chance.
Oh,
and not in Pan Four Stick.
He has a sick-ass haircut. I don't know what's going on. Like, he looks like he's going to drop like the biggest mixtape of 2018. Or them both. But I honestly think quality-wise, I think it's going to be the best one. I think because it's more simpler. I like that we're going to be in a different country for once. It's not going to be America. Mm-hmm. It's going to be in this very global African place that is different. I think it's going to hit a huge... I think it's going to be like Wonder Woman 2 because other than like Blade and Spawn, not been that many black superheroes, to be honest, in major leading roles. Mm-hmm. And they said the cast, I think, is 85% black, so it's like Martin Freeman, Andy Serkis, maybe a couple other white guys. So this is a movie that feels like it knows.
This is where Childish Gambino should be in, or Don.
Yeah, he's in Spider-Man though. You know, he's coming up.
Yeah,
he's busy in Star Wars. He's gonna be Lando.
He's busy, you know, doing.
You know what? It's the closer that I get to that, the less I'm less excited about that Han Solo one.
I never wanted Han Solo, other than Donald Glover being Lando, which I think perfect casting. The rest, I'm like, I do not need to see where Han Solo came from.
Yeah.
But I need to see where Black Panther came from, and that's why.
Yeah.
I think best movie of 2018.
I think it's just because it's a big question mark.
I don't think so though. And
no, but I mean, like, where's he from? Like, it's like so many.
And I have read more of it than you. And you should, from last year, there's a really good arc. They got like this actual like a book writer to write Black Panther, and it's really well done. Oh. Like he has like the Mirage, I think that's how you say it. Like he has this army of like these super badass, intimidating, strong female warriors. And it's like the lore from Black Panther is really cool and different. So. Yeah, I love the song they chose. It felt different, you know, like...
The only scene that I really remember from the trailer was at the Andy Circus, and I just remember it being like...
What about the car, when he lands on one car?
Oh, and then
he flips to another one?
That was, but it's the one where he opens the door, and there's like, just like that waterfall, and there's all those like African dudes like kind of like dancing. I remember being like, holy shit, like this is so weird. Like, this is so different. Well, like, I'm excited.
It sounds weird, but the second one I saw a character that had a huge lip ring, like like that, that's where it's like, oh, they're really going for like Africa. Because I thought it would be very like
tribal.
Yeah. No, I thought it would just be very Marvel, like cookie cutter, like, oh yeah, we're in Africa, but like it looks really like we shot in the back of Atlanta.
Yeah, everybody's wearing like cardigans.
Yeah.
Like Atlanta.
Well,
he hasn't seen Atlanta.
He has not seen Atlanta.
But I just mean like, I felt like they would have been there like, okay, we want you to make this movie black, you know, like make it black, but you know, not too black. Like that would scare us. Like this sounded like
that would scare us.
Well, this
like Russell Wilson, not Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, like this felt like they gave it to Ryan Coogler and they're like, okay, go make a great movie. And last movie he made was Oscar nominated, a bunch of stuff. I have high hopes.
You know, and like,
what was the last movie he made?
Creed.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
You should.
It's
great.
It's really, really good.
Yeah. It's kind of a sequel to Rocky.
Oh, okay.
It is, but it doesn't. You don't have to see the rest of the Rockies.
Yeah, well,
I'm not a big Rocky fan, so that's why I say that.
It's it also seems like Marvel's at the point where it's like, holy shit, like we could literally put out anything and we'd make money.
It's true.
So it's like, you want to take a risk? We now have the financial and the fan capital to take that risk.
That's why I'm waiting for Squirrel Girl movie. I think we could get a Howard the Duck movie. I'm not even joking.
Because Howard the Duck was in
Guardians again.
But it was Seth Green that did the voice too, right?
And I'm like, I'd be so down for that. An hour and a half Howard the Duck movie. Why not?
Put it on Netflix.
Oh, exactly.
To me, Thor 3 is the one that I'm most excited for. I absolutely love Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi.
I don't care. It's awesome. Where the Wilder People are. Fantastic.
What they do in the shadows,
it's so funny. I really dig like that Kiwi comedy. Picking from all the guys I play rugby with, like it's just like there's something. I find it so familiar. I love it. Like, I'm just so excited for this movie. Chris Hemsworth has a really good comedic timing.
He does. He's funnier than people know.
Which I almost find surprising because like in those like little short clips that he directed,
with him and his roommate there.
Yeah, and he's like, why you pay rent? And he's like giving him like gold coins, and he's like, yeah, it's gold from the Asgardian horde. And he's like, I can't pay rent, but like, it's so funny, and I cannot wait to see this with the Hulk, Jeff Goldblum, Doctor Strange. oh man, Kate Blanchett looks so dope in this movie. Like, everything about that it's only that and Planet of the Apes that I'm excited for this year.
Planet of the Apes getting good reviews.
And as much as I want to say Star Wars, my hype won't start until, like, it's coming up to
December,
it. Like,
and because we didn't, like, I don't have a big section of this because it did come out. How are you feeling on Spider-Man? Spider-Man's a month away. How are you guys feeling?
To be honest, I care less.
Really? Kyle?
I sent you guys that NBA clip this morning. It was pretty good, but again, like, I feel like there's been so many good movies already out that I feel like I know it's not going to be as good.
It's a tough year to come out. And any comic movie coming out the same year as Logan, you're like, yeesh, good luck.
And Wonder Woman now as well too.
I'm tired of seeing
I didn't bring it
Spider-Mans.
up because of Liam, So what?
I'm just tired of Spider-Mans.
The reason I think it could change you is because the second you saw Civil War, you were like, I'm down for another Spider-Man. I think once you're sitting there, I think no matter what, the movie's going to be good. And I have heard from some people saying, you feel like they show you a lot? They do not show you everything. So I'm wondering what they are not showing. And I'm hoping not. But I've heard from multiple like comic things I've heard of, like, and not from like, Kevin Feige, like, you haven't seen nothing yet, but like sources saying like, they've not shown you as much as you think you've seen. So that, to me, is good to know. So
I felt like from the trailers that
I feel like I've hit every beat of the movie.
Yeah. And for me, if even that's the case, that could be true, and I'll be a little disappointed. But the stuff that I'm most excited for is honestly not him being Spider-Man, is being Spider-Man in the high school stuff. Him interacting with the kids. Because that's what I want to see. Him fighting Vulture is going to be fun, but he can fight bad guys all the time. I want to see him doing in high school. Just the stuff that at one point in the trailer, he's in prom, and he's, like, running down this hall, and he's, like, changing really quick. Like, I really want to see this kid in high school trying to do homework and fight crime at the same time, which we never got. So I think that stuff is what's going to, even if we see it beat the beat, is going to save it to be at least a good movie. Because, this was really fun. That moment in the trailer, when he crashes by that girl's tent, and he's like, I'm Spider-Man, and his eyes are bugging out, they're like, I think those moments are what we're going to be walking away from talking
The one that got me excited is like his little Filipino friend that was like, "You're Spider-Man?"
And he puts on the suit. He's like with like a little Death Star globe or whatever, and he's just like looking around.
Yeah, like there's something about it that I was like, I feel like they actually got like high school kids to do it.
Yeah, because they're all like 16 to 18.
And that's one of my biggest complaints. Like, when you see these movies and you're like that's why I thought it was so funny they made fun of it in 21 Jump Street. It's like, you look like you're fucking 30.
Yeah.
And it's like, but yet Hollywood would totally do that. Like, cast like a dude with crow's feet as like he's supposed to be in high school. Like, I really appreciate that. Like, I'm gonna see it on a cheap Tuesday, but like, if I had to pick, it's not the one that it'd be at the very bottom of my list.
I was just asking. Well, speaking of Spider-Man, because I'm not talking about this cast, and we have not talked about it fully. Sony created their own Spider-Verse without Spider-Man. They've officially announced that Tom Hardy's going to be playing Venom in his own movie. They've also announced that they're doing a movie called Silver and Black, which is about Silver Sable and Black Cat. We don't know many details about this. Liam, how do you feel about, first, Tom Hardy as Venom, and second, this whole Sony trying to, go a backdoor route and make their own, and they've said it's going to be their own cinematic universe, so how you feel about, actually, answer this question first, and I'll hit you with another question.
Well, first, if I hear cinematic universe one more time, I'm gonna lose it.
You're gonna hear it for the next 10 years.
I know, just like with everybody's like, now it's Universal with their Dark Monsters cinematic universe. You're like, fuck off. Can we not just make these movies? Why does everything have to be interconnected? Why can't I just go to the movie without being like, I need to have seen the 10 films prior to this? Like, it would have been fine on its own. It doesn't need this. Which is a side note. Do I care that they're doing a Spider-Man cinematic universe without Spider-Man? No. But I think it's going to be fun to make fun of. It's like, we're going to make a Spider-Man universe, but without Spider-Man. You're like, why? That's like saying, hey, do you want a rum and Coke? But here's just ice. Yeah, it's great in the package of Spider-Man, but not really without Spider-Man. It's not the same. So, I don't know. I like Tom Hardy. I think Venom's a cool character. I like to see him together.
And it's going to be rated R too.
But without Spider-Man, it just seems like, I don't know. I have no idea how to think about it until I see like a teaser or a trailer.
You're open to it then.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I thought you'd be more negative on it because I'm pretty negative.
Yeah.
I was until I feel like they're some guy trying to talk up this girl you don't want to go up a date on. You're like, no, I don't want to date her. But they're like, oh, but we got Tom Hardy, and you're like, no, Tom Hardy's pretty cool. And then like, oh, and we're gonna make it rated R, and you're like, that would be pretty good to rated R Venom. Like, they're trying their hardest, but I think it could fall on their face. Kevin Feige said, as right now, no plans to put in the MCU. A lot of people are wondering if Sony's going to do some sort of thing, like when they get Spider-Man back, if they're going to implant him in the universe later. I just think Venom, with the main core is Venom without Spider-Man, is a bad idea. You
Yeah.
need them. Even if you did, I'd be so fine if they did the Spider-Man and Venom movie first. They did that and like, okay, now we're just gonna make Venom movies. Like, okay, fine, you've told that story, but just to start off, like, I don't know. I don't know, and I don't think Venom is as big enough as character to start off a film right away. Who knows? I don't know. I'm excited to see because I think Tom Hardy in a world where he's in Spider-Man, I think it's perfect casting. Him as Venom is perfect. Tom Hardy can play a good weirdo, so. But I don't know how that's gonna go.
For myself, I feel like I'm a little bit negative. I feel like you do need to have Spider-Man in this. Like I think Tom Hardy himself, he's a very good actor and he could do like a great Venom, as you said, Travis. But at the same time, it's like you're kind of missing that substance where I think we've all kind of just touched on it, and just in a different way of kind of like you're missing that the whole point of who like what Venom is, and I feel like. You know, we can't really say much until we see, you know, trailers. It might be good on its own.
It's coming out next year, is the rumor, next October.
But at the same time, you're kind of just like, you're gonna go in there like, I wish like I saw more of, you know, Spider-Man. Like how are they gonna make this, you know, this villain character into a main character?
Yeah. I feel like he'll be similar to how, even though they're in the same movie with Squad, I felt like Joker and Harley didn't get enough backstory together, you know? It's like I felt like something was missing.
Well, and also, like, their whole story didn't even intersect with the main plot.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be fun. I got my last 3 pieces here. They announced officially next year X-Men Dark Phoenix. The entire cast is coming back. You got Jennifer Lawrence, you got James McAvoy, you got Michael Fassbender, got Nicholas Hoult. So all of them are coming back from Apocalypse, and you got Simon Kinberg directing it, who has produced many things. He produced all the X-Men movies. He's produced Star Wars things. He's produced also the Bad Fantastic Four. He's produced Chappie. So he's very hit and miss as far as what he's produced. Some great things, bad things. But it's his first time directing. So how are we feeling about this whole situation? Yeah.
Wait, he produced Chappie?
The guy who's directing it, yes. The things he produced X-Men Days of Future Past. But
Because I thought the guy who produced Chappie also...
No, he produced. So he helped with it. Yeah. So this is a movie he had involvement. He's never directed anything, and he's directing.
Oh, I see.
And I think he's produced. He's produced over like 5 X-Men movies. So the good ones and some bad ones.
I feel like he probably has a good idea what makes a good movie. So.
Oh, so you're being more positive about it, huh?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. Maybe we just need a break from X-Men.
Really?
I feel like we've had like a lot of X-Men movies,
and
I feel like Logan was kind of just a good one, kind of just to end it, and
just end it.
Well, not end it, but like let's restart and kind of not pick up where we kind of left off. Because now I feel like we're going backwards. If that makes any sense.
And how do you feel about the cast coming back, please? Because that was for a while. People didn't know if they were coming back. How do you feel about that? Does that help your interest at all?
That's why I feel like they're going backwards. Like I feel like they kind of just need, we've already had that full long story. I feel like, okay, you know what, let's kind of just start again, or like, we have X-23.
But then we lose Fassbender if we start again. We can't lose Fassbender.
I guess this, you do have a point there, but I don't know. I feel like we're kind of just going backwards, and it might be just another Apocalypse movie. Where it's kind of just like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. It was kind of like just meh.
Yeah, no Deadpool or Logan.
Yeah,
Liam.
I could give a shit. I saw Logan. Okay, it's funny. Like when we saw Days of Future Past, I was like, I will give you guys another chance.
Which he was involved in this director.
Yeah, and because like that was, to be honest, I actually thought Days of Future Past would suck because they have just gotten worse film by film by film.
And he wrote it too. He also wrote Apocalypse.
Yeah, and then
Fan Forster.
Yeah,
but then Sherlock Holmes.
Well, his batting average though.
Yeah, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and then
George Lucas also did A New Hope and Attack of the Clones. So
and Howard the Duck.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just I don't want Jennifer Lawrence to be back in any of these movies. She really phoned it in Apocalypse, and she honestly she looked bored. She looked like she could not give a shit about that movie, and I don't want that for another movie.
Yeah.
The rest of the cast I think is more or less fine, but like I just don't care. And the way that it seems to be going, it's good movie, bad movie, good movie. And because
so it means we're in time for a good one, right?
No, because we just had Logan.
What? Oh, right.
So it means it's going to suck. So it's like, according to the trend. But I don't care.
Well, technically, Deadpool's next after this. Did you know next year we're getting 3 X-Men movies? We got Deadpool 2. We have New Mutants, which apparently is not an X-Men movie. It's like a horror movie, so that should be fun.
Okay.
And then we have this. I think that's too many.
I don't care. I like Deadpool because it was something different. I'm tired of seeing the exact same movie again. And I feel if they're doing Dark Phoenix, I feel like somehow they're going to write a giant blue beam into the end of every movie.
There's rumors they could be going to space, though, so that would be new.
Okay, so it'll be a giant blue beam in space? Like,
you don't know that for sure. Come on.
I don't, but like I just feel like I don't care. They're so iffy to me. If they're good, I like them. Like, I loved Logan. But other than that, I'm tired of these characters.
Yeah,
take a break. Give us some breathing room.
Yeah, I'm in a similar boat. I don't think take a break. I do think they need to knock it out of the park with this X-Men movie because it will pass them behind. I'm not a fan of the director just because, his batting average is a 50-50, but like I don't want someone with a 50-50, and it's his first time directing. That's always scary. Fassbender, of course. James McAvoy, great. Yeah, Lawrence, she doesn't need to come back. She's not only is it just because of her, it's just Mystique does no longer need to be a main character. We've told her story. She doesn't need to be leading the X-Men. Like, let's get back to the people we really like and whatnot. So
yeah, it was like in that movie she's like, we're gonna lead the X-Men. Weren't you just trying to kill them like in the last movie?
Let's see. Oh, so they announced that these are the last two. Announced that next year Daredevil season 3, Jessica Jones season 2, and Luke Cage season 2 will be coming out after the Defenders.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Man,
I have yet to watch Iron Fist or the first season of Luke Cage. I'm an episode in, and then I stopped.
Are you gonna finish before Defenders?
Probably not.
So you're gonna go on not knowing stuff.
I don't care anymore. I started watching and I was like, I don't have time to binge watch 10 hours of mediocre television. It just wasn't my jam. I know some people like really liked it. It was cool. I love Daredevil. I'll watch Daredevil season 3. Jessica Jones season 2, maybe.
I thought you really liked Jessica Jones.
Yeah, but it really dragged a lot. And so
no Kilgrave this year.
Yeah, so that's why it's like, he was the only reason I kept watching. Because I really didn't like The Friend. But more importantly, that stupid guy that the friend was dating was... I just thought he was awfully cast. I did not like
the cop?
Yeah, the cop.
Nuke is so good. He's from the comics. He's a great villain.
No, but like the guy that played him.
I liked him. He's so buggy and creepy.
I did not really dig him. And so like I'll watch season 2, but if it starts to go slow again, I'm not going to finish it.
Are you watching Defenders?
Yeah, probably. Because I like that little trailer that came out. I like Luke Cage in Jessica Jones. I started watching the Luke Cage one, and I was like, oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Fair.
Are you worried that you're not going to know some stuff going in? Because there's some stuff that happens with Luke Cage.
Wow, this guy.
You know what? I'm not going to know.
On our group message, we're just going to get... So, I don't understand what's happening with this.
Honestly, I'll probably just Wikipedia it.
I'll send you, I'll send you an article,
I know that sounds terrible. Like, there's so much stuff coming out. And, like, I have so much other things going on in my own life that it's like, I don't know if I want to watch... Like, I don't have enough time to watch television that I'm only kind of meh. So I can prep myself for another TV show to come up.
Yeah.
I watch TV show to escape. I don't want to do homework.
Fair enough, yeah. Defenders only 8 episodes, too, so...
Yeah, which I'm excited for, because I think that's one thing that the Marvel Netflix shows have really lacked is, like...
Their pacing.
Yeah, their pacing has just been awful. And I can't even watch the CW shows. I find them atrocious.
Flash is great.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, and a lot of people say it. I started watching it, and I was like, I hate the whole CW format of teenagers, and like it seems like a soap opera to me, and I just don't really dig that.
That's why I'm excited for that DC streaming service. Gonna get some Titans on there. No worry about CW.
Yeah. Well, I know we were talking about that in the line for Wonder Woman, and I don't know if you agree with me on this, Kyle, but like I don't want everybody to have a streaming service because then I have to pay the exact same as cable.
I don't pay for cable.
That's true, but like the reason I got rid of cable because all I watch is Netflix. If I really don't watch anything else, I'll stream it or I'll torrent it. Like I don't care. What are
this guy? Who are you?
Badass on the ball.
yeah. Look at me, man. No, because once I have to start paying for everything, if it's worth it, like Netflix is worth it for me.
Yeah.
Because I watch it almost every day. If I had HBO Go, I could actually access it in a proper way without having to buy a full cable package first, which is one of the people torrent shows because they've made it hard to access your content. Not saying that's why I do it, but that's why I do it.
This guy.
If you just let me buy HBO Go like they can in the States, I'd buy HBO Go.
Yeah, Canada sucks.
Because I watch all their shows.
We got a great country except for our TV streaming deals.
Thank you, CRTC. Like I watch Bill Maher every week. I watch John Oliver every week. I love Game of Thrones. I love Westworld. I love Silicon Valley. Veep is really funny, which actually surprised me. And they always have really cool documentaries on there. Like I dig it.
Mm-hmm.
I pay for it.
They have the Vice news channel now.
Yeah, Vice is wicked. And so that's the thing. Like I pay like the $10-15 a month or whatever it is. But okay, so DC's gonna come out. I might just like subscribe for like the free month, watch everything that I really want to watch, and then not.
I wouldn't even say that I'm not gonna do that because there's a chance if it's just the one show, and because I love Dick Grayson, and that could be if they're doing like their Daredevil with Dick Grayson like Titans, that could be great. But I could subscribe for months, watch it, and then go away. Like that's what I think for them. It's all about the price point. How if they can make it anywhere from $2 to $5, I think they're golden because a lot of people,
I do it for like $2 a month.
Yeah, if they're in the $10, that's where it's like oof. You
but
guys
I feel
really
like they
gotta
would put it in the $10.
Yeah, we're premium.
Well, then to me, they gotta do some stuff. Like, if they did some stuff like, hey, if you buy this and you get, like, a free subscription of some certain comics, something like that, like, then if it's $10, they really gotta like, they gotta...
Yeah.
And I guess they have a lot of animated shows, like, they put all of 66 Batman, so it depends. I'm gonna try it out, at least, but...
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, you didn't say anything. What do you feel about those Netflix shows? And then let's go.
No, I'm ready for them.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have Iron Fist.
They said announcements coming soon, but they haven't announced it yet. I hope there's a second season. I want to see them give another go at it.
I didn't like Iron.
Yeah?
I wasn't a big fan of it. I thought it was alright. Like, I wasn't blown away.
I would like to see them try one more time, and then go from there. And if it doesn't work, then just put him and Luke Cage together, and you're good to go.
Ooh, when do we get the Punisher?
November.
Because that's the only one that I'm like, that I want.
Mm-hmm.
More than anything else, that's the one that I want.
They haven't said officially, but I think that's also a shorter season. They haven't said officially, though, yet. But yeah, November.
I know we disagreed on the quality of Daredevil Season 2. I'll definitely see more Daredevil.
I thought you liked Season 2.
I did, but I didn't really like Elektra as much as you guys did. So, like, that whole scene, I was kind of like... That whole, like, plot line, I was kind of like, man, I want more of Stick. He was cool.
She's come back for Defenders.
Yeah, and, like, maybe she'll surprise...
Yes!
I don't know, I just... Yeah, I don't know.
Karen fucking love her. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. I think I'm the only one in like the world that seems to like Karen.
I think there's one other person.
Wasn't the secretary? No, she hates Karen.
She hates Karen. Yeah. Maybe it's Dill. I can't remember if it's Dill or
someone else.
Everybody's like, I hate Karen. I'm like, oh, I actually thought she was like pretty cool.
Oh,
I dug her as a character. There's a lot of hate towards Foggy too. Do you guys agree with that?
I don't.
50-50.
Really?
Sometimes I like him. Sometimes. It's not that I hate the character. Sometimes I find they just have to find a way to put him in the show.
Yeah.
And I would say, hey, maybe just cut 15 minutes and just make it all about Matt. Sometimes like an episode like that. Sometimes I feel like he's in the show and it flows. And sometimes I just feel like, oh, we really need something for Foggy. Like, let's get him in there.
Get him and his ex-girlfriend here.
Yeah. Oh, his fucking ex-girlfriend.
My biggest complaint is every time I see him, he was the goon on the team in Mighty Ducks 1.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I see him, I still picture him in like hockey gear. But it's like there was scenes where it was like, was he even necessary in the whole scheme of this?
I agree.
And my biggest pet peeve in movies and shows when the issue is because people don't talk to each other like normal people would. When it's like, Matt, why did you just walk out of the trial? Okay, Foggy, you're my best friend. I'm going to tell you this. The reason that I seem to have black eyes and all this other shit is I'm actually Daredevil. Oh, okay.
He doesn't tell him that.
No, but if he would, that would solve, like, every issue that Matt Murdock and Foggy have.
But he doesn't but that's a superhero secret identity.
No, like, I get that.
What if Foggy turned him in?
But because they keep... Well, he'd probably just be like, fuck you. I'll just be Daredevil all the time.
We're in your room here, Matt. It's okay. He's in a
it's
jail cell.
It's just me. There's like 6 cops around the door. No, but like
he has a taser.
That's all. But because they make that like a huge plot point between them during like the Punisher trial, it was like, dude, just tell him. Like
he knew at that point. That was the point of like Foggy was just feeling that he was letting him down, and if he's gonna be Daredevil, then fine. But you can't say, hey, I'll be at that court case, and then when you don't show up, he's like.
But that's what I mean. It was like just talk this out, guys. Like this doesn't need to be.
Well, you need drama.
Well, yeah, and I know you. Yeah, we need that because it drives it forward. But it's like that's lame stuff. Come on, there's way cooler stuff. Like you have the moral gray area, you have the Punisher,
like Karen, and the awkward love triangle they have. That's why she's so annoying.
Oh, see, I did not see that love triangle at all.
there is a love triangle between her. Are you talking about her, Foggy, and Matt, or her?
Oh no, I thought it was between her, Elektra, and Matt.
Yeah, I don't think Foggy's there yet. I think Foggy kind of likes Karen.
Yeah,
that can happen in the future.
Foggy trying.
Yeah.
He's trying real hard.
That's what I mean. Like, there's that. He likes her, but Karen likes Matt.
I think
and then Matt likes Elektra,
yeah.
but Liam doesn't like Elektra, and then
Liam's wrong lots of times. That's another case. No,
I don't know.
I haven't said I'm very excited for all of them. Jones, I think, could be kind of disappointed without Kilgrave. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
Luke Cage, I'm down for because I liked Luke Cage and I think it could get better. But like I still actually really like Luke Cage. It was one of those.
Did you like Luke Cage?
I thought it was pretty good. I felt like I think it was towards the end.
It was the end. It was too long. Like same thing. It was like you could tell. Oh, we're spinning wheels. We don't like. That's where even with Daredevil, even if you don't like Elektra, it's like. At least it's when Punisher, Elektra, like it's something new in the season, right?
It's very true. I just didn't really dig their relationship together.
And that's fair enough.
But I still really enjoyed the season.
Yeah, but and Daredevil, I'm very excited for. I really want them to do Born Again. People know that storyline is a big storyline about how Wilson Fisk finds out Matt Murdock's secret identity, and they hinted that in Daredevil season 2 because
oh my god, I just need more Fisk in my life.
Yeah, and when Fisk gets punched, he like kind of. He asks his assistant, like, I need everything on Matt Murdock. And that's the last time we saw him. And I think they're going to hint towards that. Because there's great stuff, like Karen gets addicted to meth. And she, like, minor spoilers. So skip.
Fuck you, man.
There's like a 20, 30-year-old arc. So skip ahead, like, a minute if you don't want to hear it. But she gets addicted to meth. And she has no money to buy meth. So what she does to get the meth is she reveals who Daredevil is to a meth dealer to get meth. And that's how it goes and finds out Fisk. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they're going to tackle meth. But I think they're going to do... Last season, they set up this Born Again storyline, and it's everyone's favorite, including my favorite Daredevil storyline. It's one of the best comic storylines. Like, when Fisk finds out Daredevil is Matt Murdock, shit goes down. And I really hope that's going to happen. And yeah, more Fisk. And I really want to see Bullseye. Get that fucking... Ninja Stars... What? No, I just want want him. So, last news story, and we'll get out of here after that. E3 happened this weekend. What do we think about that Spider-Man gameplay? Kyle, you start with your,
Yeah, it was,
He texted me sad after about some certain situation, why.
Sometimes it sucks when, consoles put out exclusives.
Do you have an Xbox?
Yeah.
Nerd. Sucks to suck.
It's the controller. Do you like the PlayStation controller?
I love it way better.
Thank you. Everyone's been giving shit all E3 weekend, like, the PlayStation controller.
The Xbox is too bulky for me, man.
Thank you. And the buttons are weird, and the triggers are strange.
Okay, Trump hands.
Yeah, in all fair, I don't know if you can see this. My palms are of regular size, but my fingers are not the longest in the whole world. But no, to be honest, I saw that and I was really excited because I saw they were like Spider-Man. I was like, and I literally sat there. I guess I was like, impress me. Yeah. And it looked like Arkham, but it looked like its own thing.
It looked like the Spider-Man version of that, where it feels like you're actually Spider-Man. That moment when he's running up the skyscraper or whatever, and it's like turning, it's like. That felt like Spider-Man for the first time.
Oh, see, you know what my thing was when he was fighting and he kind of looks and he grabs the sandbag and spun it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, you can actually interact with the environment. Because that's what impresses me about video games.
Yeah.
Like story, it's whatever. Like some people dig it, some people don't. But like to me, gameplay is everything.
Gameplay will rule over everything.
Yeah, and it looked cool. And at first I was like, okay, the villains seem kind of like whatever. And then like that big guy dropped down. And I was like, okay, there's some cool villains. And I have no idea who. Held the guy in the helicopter.
Mr. Negative, but they said that's not the main villain. I think they're gonna keep.
You're talking to me?
What?
Mr. Negative?
No, that's who the villain is.
Okay.
Listen
well,
here,
Mr. Negative.
Listen here, Mr. Negative. No, that was the villain, but they said that's not the main villain. So I think they're gonna do like an Arkham Knight kind of twist thing. That they're
I
gonna.
They just did everything. They just did like the Sinister Six and like.
Well, I like that we got like there's Easter eggs in there. Like Fisk was on the phone. There was
I love he was in jail too.
Yeah, there's a billboard that said Osborn for mayor. So I like that, and I do like 100% that this is not connected to the movies. I don't love this white suit exactly. The suit's still kind of meh for me, but
I didn't mind it.
I like that it's different than the movies.
Yeah.
The weird thing with the suits, I think it's the logo and half the arm logos like continue up his shoulders, and whatnot. And it's just strange. I've never seen him Spider-Man with white that much, so it's like it's just something. It's like an eye trick, right? Like it's not that it's bad. I'm just getting used to it, but I like that it's just gonna be its own thing, nothing to do with the movie, and like. I'm very sorry for you, but I think this thing is gonna sell like PS4s like hotcakes. Like they are gonna. This is gonna be a big console.
Why did you buy an Xbox?
The controller.
Oh my god.
This is why we got a big argument the whole weekend. I was like, What?
You know what? Fair enough. Like,
Yeah.
my roommate's the exact same way. He absolutely hates the PlayStation controller. He prefers the Xbox more. That being said, he's a PS4.
That's what you need. You need it for those special games.
Yeah,
You never know.
Because honestly, like, if you're gonna buy an Xbox, every Xbox exclusive comes out on the PC, and I have a PC and a PS4, so I get the best of everything. So
I don't play PC, so
that's fair. You know what? But once you get into it, it's like, real nice.
I'll just buy the One X.
Cutting us off, even though you're not gonna play. What do you think about that footage? I'm not trying to throw salt. I'm not trying to be Mr. Negative.
He's
Throw
just
some
throwing
salt
some
on that
salt in my
Xbox.
wound here. It really hurts.
Yeah.
I know. I think it looks pretty sick, and
Yeah.
it's just more reason to come over and play at Travis's house while he
Let's take care of the kid.
take care of his kid.
Yeah, you feeding it?
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Kyle, don't die.
Yeah.
You're gonna ruin my XP.
Do you think it's gonna be open world?
Oh yeah.
Because they haven't announced it, and it looks to be like that Spider-Man 2 on like the PS2, where you could just go around the whole city.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
And
so.
like, if I could just GTA that shit and just play around with Spider-Man in between missions
Oh, for sure.
and save people, I hope that's part of it.
I think so. I think there are gonna be side objectives. I think there's gonna be like.
I think it would be silly if they didn't have that.
Yeah, I think that would turn a lot of not people would still buy it, but I think that would kill a lot of the enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Especially because Arkham, not the first one, but the rest of them were open world, right?
Yeah.
So I think if people are comparing it, you want to have that. Because the second you heard about that, you'd be like, oh, it's not open world, like it's linear, like that's lame. Like it's Spider-Man, it's New York, like I want to swing around. So I think it will be open world, and you'll get cool little side objectives and stuff like that. Hopefully, you can upgrade your suits and whatnot.
You know, Tom Hardy will be in it.
He's voicing Venom.
Venom.
And they tease Miles Morales at the end of that teaser too, which was super strange.
I know. I was like, because I thought it was going to be Miles Morales, and
Yeah.
totally take it apart from the, I was going to say
movies?
MCU, but like the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder if you're gonna play as both now.
Do you think it's weird that like besides Arkham, we don't have really good superhero games?
Marvel Pinball? No.
Like there's been a couple like fighting
Lego
games,
Marvel.
like Injustice. were
Lego
cool.
Marvel's great.
That's true. I really enjoy that. But like Lego games, I put on another thing like Lego Lord of the Rings was awesome. Lego Star Wars was
Did
awesome.
you hear they're making another Lego Star Wars?
I don't care anymore.
No, I was joking because Kyle.
Oh, that's right. I was like, they don't need to release it every episode. Just collect it all.
Are they making another Lego movie? No, they're making Lego Star Wars.
That was pretty funny though. I find it weird that like besides Arkham, like superheroes, I feel like are perfect for video games.
You'll fight me all the time. Lots of other people agree with me. Marvel Ultimate Alliance are good games. There's a reason they re-release them on next gen, and I bought them again. That was still 2000.
Okay, like you have like shooting games all the time. You have RPGs all the time. Like why like they've not really tapped into superheroes?
I think it's the same way as you look at like 90s to 2000s superhero movies, how basic they were. I think superhero games have just majority have always been a cash grab of like, oh, there's a movie coming out, just make a game for the movie. And I think we're finally getting to that stage. DC can take credit for this.
Yeah.
I think people saw Batman and they saw how successful that was. Like Marvel now has said, they've specifically said after Infinity failed, they've got away from that. Like, we just want to make games not connected to the movie, nothing like just that games. And they use Arkham as an example. And I think they saw that and they want to do that. They have Spider-Man coming out. They have an Avengers game coming out with Square Enix in a few years, which I think could be great. Who knows? They make Final Fantasy, and I could think that kind of RPG role-playing element could be great with an Avengers game. I haven't played it yet. I want to get into it, but
I feel like
it just cuts me off.
Yeah, whatever. I feel like another reason might be is because Avengers is very like kid oriented.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a hard sell, for these console games when you want this RPG or kind of this open world, kind of like an Arkham type style. But how do you make it,
accessible to kids?
I don't think but now I don't think they're too worried. I think they're gonna make it just enough, and they'll have like an easy option. But I don't think they're focused on that anymore because Arkham made so much money. I think like, hey, this audience they'll pay for if it's a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I haven't played it, but Guardians is a Telltale game, which is apparently good.
I was actually gonna bring that up. Telltale Games, Wicked.
The Batman was awesome.
Yeah, it was super weird though to hear not Chris Pratt as
That's
like all the characters and like particularly Rocket Raccoon. Like I think it was like the Capcom or Marvel versus Capcom, and like they really featured Rocket, but I was like, the voice is not right.
Yeah,
I'm sure that voice actor does great work, but it's like
that's the problem with movies.
Like if you did an Iron Man one and it wasn't Robert Downey Jr.'s voice, it'd be weird. Like with the Arkham games, you had Kevin Conroy, who's been playing Batman for years.
Yeah.
And, like...
That's the advantage, though. There's no, like, other than Robert Downey, you don't have that voice, right? Like, those are the iconic people, so you can't...
Yeah,
and you're not going to play
rebooting
Robert
it,
Downey to come in and voice, because he's going to charge you arm and leg, so...
Although, at the same time, like, if I was an actor, like, hey, do you want to come in? It's going to, 3 days, record some lines. I'd be like, fuck yeah.
That's why I really hope Ryan Reynolds does the Deadpool series with Donald Glover. Like, I think they've really missed the mark if they can't get him to voice that animated series. Cause
What else was Ryan Reynolds doing?
What?
The
Deadpool
awful
2.
Life movie.
Deadpool 2. Apparently, you saw it?
I saw 10 minutes of it.
Oh.
And I was like,
I heard good things.
It was Alien.
Oh.
It was almost like a remake to Alien. It wasn't... everybody else was like, oh, it was like just like Alien. It was cool. I'm like, no, I've seen Alien.
I really wanted to be that Venom movie that there was rumored to be, but it didn't work out.
Nah, she happens. Oh well.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was fun. It's been a while. What do you guys have anything to say? Anything, Kyle?
It's been fun.
Mm-hmm. Liam, you have anything to say? You're trying to return the
It's gonna be back.
For this one, for people that don't know, he's just back for like a little bit. He's gonna come back in July and do a special with us, but it's not a full-time thing.
Yeah, it's honestly, like I said it before, like I just find it overwhelming looking ahead. Like I understand these things are making money and everything else, but like there's just so much coming out. It's almost like I gotta start picking and choosing because I just don't have the time and the money and the.
I don't think he will. I don't think there's some
I don't think I would have seen Wonder Woman opening weekend if we would have gone to the fan screening. I wouldn't have paid for it.
Yeah.
I didn't see Guardians opening weekend. In all fairness, because I was in Tofino for 3 weeks and there's no theaters there.
Yeah.
But like even Spider-Man, I'm gonna wait to see if it gets good reviews, and I'm only going on a cheap Tuesday. Like I'm not getting as hyped as I am for these movies. I'll still see them, but like I'm not.
I'm even more hyped right now. I'm just like.
You know what? Yeah. I'll give you. I feel like I'm a little bit more excited for Spider-Man than I was for Ant-Man.
Okay. Bugs.
You know what I mean?
They
bug me, really.
Sorry, I'll show myself out. Yeah, no, it's just I'm very intimidated going into this stuff, and at this point now, like
Liam has huge superhero fatigue. You know,
I honestly I do, and like
he's really
at this
sick
point
and tired. You know,
he's so mad every time he sees this movie come and be so successful. He's like,
I'm not
all my comics.
I'm not mad. By no means, I want them to be successful. I'm not mad that they're successful. I'm just mad that they seem to be falling into the same pattern of what we've seen before.
And I do not think they are. Look at Lego Batman. Look at Logan. Look at Guardians.
Like I said, Lego doesn't count. Lego's its own entire universe.
Okay, Logan, Wonder Woman, Guardians.
No, that's true. And that's the ones like, man, I adore Logan.
Are you talking about more of like, Spider-Man and Doctor Strange?
Yeah, like it just felt like those ones that were just kind of meh.
Don't throw Spider-Man. He hasn't come out yet. We could see him in 3 weeks and be.
No, but like I mean, this is the third Spider-Man reboot in like 10 years.
Second.
Oh no, it's been well.
I don't count the first one. The first one, you can't call the Tobey Maguire original one a reboot.
Okay, so
you can't call. Hey, when Tobey rebooted Spider-Man,
it's the third Spider-Man we've seen.
Yeah, like in like in this era of comic book movies, it's just kind of like okay, I get it, Spider-Man, and that's just because he's not my favorite.
Yeah. If
they did like I don't know a solo Rocket Raccoon movie, I'd be like yeah.
I think you're gonna get him a group. I think.
I'd watch it. I love the little comic series that they did, and I love the Groot series, so I'd be down. But yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. And this is always a fun time to talk about this stuff.
It's been a while, so it was good to pick your brain on this because me and Kyra were talking about this weekly and whatnot. So it's good to get fresh perspective. I'm sure the fans are happy, or maybe they're not happy. They're like, man,
no, they hate me.
There's a good reason this. Yeah, especially now, this fatigue. Now they're really gonna, so much. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, you know where all our links are.
Yeah.
They're at the bottom. I would plug them, but it's late. I work in the morning. Thank you very much for tuning in.
And we'll what?
It'll not be boring. Whenever you hear from us
next. The tagline is, we'll last you later.
Oh yeah, you forgot. We got a tagline for the end of Dynamic Duo now.
Oh yeah?
We say, we'll last see you later. So get it instead of like, we'll see you later, we'll last see you later.
We'll last see you later.
Yeah,
perfect.
They're supposed to stop like it's like a 90s sitcom, and then the credits are gonna roll.
Yes! And then the theme's like dun 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 dun.
Yeah, we all have like those weird sweaters.
And it's always like you get the replay of the whole episodes with just pictures of the episode and it's the credits.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun.
Good.